Antoine Walker. The Lakers hosted the Pelicans last night. Over 2 minutes to go. LA by 3. LeBron with the basket plus the foul. Lakers go up 6. Under a minute now. Lakers up 3 again. LeBron forcing the Jrue Holiday turnover. A little defense out of LeBron. On the other end, watch it. LeBron making highlights from the corner, off one leg, hits the dagger, 33 points, 10 assists for the King. Lakers win 125-119. Antoine, what'd you make of LeBron and the Lakers last night?
I liked them. I thought they was better. I thought the starting of Rajon Rondo was huge, 16 assists. I talked about that yesterday, about they need to put him in the starting lineup. It helps LeBron, especially early in games, when he's able to facilitate and get other guys shots. I thought Ingram and Kuz were good. They've been good since All-Star break as far as being consistent. One thing about LeBron that I like, he made a few threes last night. When he gets back to doing that, the game comes a lot easier to him. Second half, he makes 4 threes. Obviously, he makes the big 3 at the end of the game. But the game became a little easier to him last night. Obviously, the free throw shooting's got to, eventually get better if he's going to get the ball in his hands. But I said I believe that they can make the playoffs because of LeBron James, because he can win these type of games. It's going to be difficult. They're going to need a little help. They got help last night, took advantage of that with the Clippers losing, and also the
Kings lost.
The Kings lost, too.
Spurs won.
Right, so they took advantage of the opportunity last night. But I thought it was a better effort, but they also got to look in the mirror, though. Don't get too excited, because Anthony Davis did not play in that fourth quarter. He was having one of those monster games.
So this is my concern with the new starting lineup. Because, listen, obviously LeBron was excellent and closed it out at the end, and I think we're going to see more of that from LeBron over the final 20 games. I like Rondo starting, and I think Rondo clearly likes starting, because Rondo got taken out of the starting lineup after he hit that game winner against Boston. Not coincidentally, to me, went through the worst stretch he's had of the season. And then last night, while he couldn't hit a shot to save his life for the first 3 quarters, he was excellent facilitating the offense. But if Rondo's going to start, they want Reggie Bullock on the court with LeBron as much as possible, because he's the one dead-eye shooter they got. That's why they traded for him. You are going to be incredibly small, and that's one of the reasons Anthony Davis killed you and Julius Randle killed you. Unless you take either Kuzma or Ingram, I would prefer it be Ingram, and say, you're good enough to be a starter. We know that you're playing your best basketball. We need you to run our 6th man unit. We need you to run our offense when LeBron's off the court, and that way you can get, you're not going to lose range shooting, because Ingram's not a range shooter. That way you can get a real center out there. CeCe is concerned, understandably, about what that would do to the confidence of a young player or the mentality of a young player. What do you think about their lack of height with the starting lineup they had last night?
I like if they start a big JaVale McGee, because he's athletic. He gives LeBron's not necessarily guarding at a very high level now as he's getting older in his career, so he protects LeBron. But it's too hard. I'm with Chris on this. It's going to be too hard to tell Kuzma or Ingram they got to come off the bench. I mean, it just went through a tough stretch for 10 days that they thought they were not going to be Lakers anymore. And then you go to them and say you want them to come off the bench. I don't think that can happen at this point in the season. It would.
So if they're going to insert a center, it would have to be at the expense of either Rondo or Bullock.
Well,
one of those guys.
I think Bullock should come off the bench. Don't get me wrong. I like Bullock. They do need shooting. LeBron's always played with shooters.
I like Bullock, but Bullock ain't Clay. I mean, like this guy ain't gonna win the 3-point contest.
That's true.
Now, is he the best knockdown shooter when they
for the Lakers?
Give it their limited options. Yes, but who they have starting at the beginning of the season? They didn't have no knockdown shooter with LeBron playing, did they? No. They had Lonzo, a better defender. They had JaVale, which helped protect LeBron because he can. The way he guarded at the end. Giving the guy one way, trying to force him to the hole. Don't give him a 2-way go. So the fact that there's no trust between the younger players and the coaching staff, that's the reason why. If you trust the coach, you're like, okay, I don't mind going to be the 6th man because I can trust you. What you're going to say is going to be true, and in the 4th quarter, I'm going to be playing. But, man, when you got my name involved in every trade rumor, when you're worrying about your job, it's hard for a younger player who they don't have a whole bunch of trust I'm just going to give that to the coach. And right now, both of those players, Kuz, you can't go to him and be like, hey, Kuz, we think you'll be better off the bench. He'd be like, why? I'm playing.
He's been their second best player.
Okay, and Ingram. What's wrong with me? The last couple of weeks, I'm living up to expectations. So I don't believe that trust is going to be there for them to be able to make that
Chris,
type of adjustment.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, what I would do if I'm Luke Walton, I would love your idea about bringing one of them off the bench, but what I would do is say, look, I'm going to start you, Ingram or Kuz, I'm going to start you, but I'm going to bring you out early. I'm going to take you out with about 6 minutes go. You're going to still get your start. You're going to still get your minutes at. You're still going to play your 35, 36 minutes, but I'm going to take you out earlier so I can get you with that second unit.
And by the way, that is what they did last night. They brought out Ingram early and then they reinserted him before the end of the quarter. So they did it to a degree, not quite as early as you're talking about. That I can deal with that. I just what we saw early on yesterday was not that there's a lot of teams with the front court of Anthony Davis, Julius Randle, is with that starting lineup, if the other team has a sentient center, they are going to kill you. They're going to, because they have too much size. You can't ask LeBron and Kuzma to defend two bigs.
Clearly the rotation, none of this means that much if LeBron doesn't go out and start putting up numbers consistently over the course of the next 20-22 games. Do you think right now LeBron James is the best player in the NBA?
Yes, I still believe he's the best player in the NBA. No player can do what he does on a night-in, night-out basis. The triple-doubles, the impact that he has on the game, on a team from wins and losses, he's still the best player. Is it the gap getting closer? Yes, but it's getting close by a couple guys. It's not like one guy's like, I don't think Kevin Durant's that much better than Giannis. I don't believe that. You know, if Anthony Davis was playing and could stay healthy, Anthony Davis could be considered in that conversation of top 3-4 players in the league. So I think that. But LeBron James is still the best player in the NBA. Yeah. I know a lot of people like to take that away from him now because the team is not doing as well. But people got to understand, he missed 18 games for the first time in his career.
Right. And at this age, we've never seen it. And when you get that type of injury, Steph had the same type of injury. Now, we don't know to what degree and everything. Steph came back, I think, after 11 games. At this stage of LeBron's career, he showed us for the first time that he is human. But we also have to give credit to what we've seen in a great NBA. Earlier, I said there's 4 players. There's 5 players playing better basketball than LeBron James, all right? Paul George.
You left him, right. You left him.
Best basketball of his career. Harden. I mean, how many 30-point games do you need in a row to say I'm the best player in the world? Giannis has stepped up his game with the new coaching, his ability to be able to get to the rim and an improved jump shot. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, all 5 of those players in 2019, because LeBron got hurt before it turned 19. They have played better than LeBron. This will be determined based on the playoffs and who gets to that championship.
All those guys are having better seasons than LeBron. It's why LeBron's going to finish outside of the top 5 of the MVP for the first time in over a decade. He's not going to be first-team All-NBA, I would imagine, for the first time in a record 11 consecutive seasons. I still believe, and I think that our eyes tell us, he's still better than everybody. Those guys have played better. There isn't a single team on that list that would be better. That wouldn't be better, pardon me, if they switched out that guy with LeBron right now. Not LeBron over the course of the season because he's missed time, but Milwaukee would rather have LeBron than Giannis. Houston would rather have LeBron than Harden. Golden State would rather have LeBron than either one of those guys.
Let's see.
KD and Paul George on the Lakers because their ability to be able to stretch the defense would make the Lakers better.
Then LeBron.
Yes.
KD and, okay.
Yes.
That's a tough argument.
Okay. Antoine, thank you so much for hanging with us today.
You just said the guy was 300 pounds 24 hours ago. You said he looked like Professor Clump.
No, we're back after this.
You said he started, but he got stretch marks.
Pounds. I didn't say
not only is he balding,
that's all
man, he's got a jelly belly.
These are lies.